Hello guys, welcome to Chasing a Murder Talking News. Please guys, take a moment to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell. Right now I'm trying to do an update because I've been working on the timeline for you guys so that we can go in detail later of this Gabby Petito case. Doing that in between doing my updates on Kiera Coles and several of my women from the Illinois, Chicago area. A lot of my work is not even presented to you guys, not yet. So there's a lot of news out on Brian Laundrie. So the fiance of Gabby Petito, who was found in a campgrounds in Grand Teton in Wyoming, no longer living. Since then, police, investigators, FBI, and now bounty hunters are hot on his trail. So one thing I've been always concerned about is what phone was he carrying? I mean, we know he has some sort of phone somewhere. So they say that they found a burner phone at the Laundrie's home. So that's in Northport, Florida. So according to the family's attorney, Stephen Bertolino, around 11:44 a.m., he says that this family did purchase a new phone, and he believes that it's the one Brian left behind at the home, and the FBI already has possession of that phone. So, curious, right? What's going on with that phone? Is the SD card in it? Or whatever card it is. Why would he leave the phone behind, his wallet behind? So how did the FBI find this out? So what we're hearing is they went to the AT&T store in their town, seized the surveillance footage where they said Brian is said to have gone to that store with an older woman, and it was on September 14th, and bought a phone before they left. So how curious is that, guys? So that phone has some kind of purpose, I would have to say, either to be a distraction, or I just don't see him leaving it behind by accident or on purpose, unless there's a reason for it. So that's not it. Also, the bounty hunter dog that everybody is talking about right now in the media is claiming that he believes that Brian is still alive, and that 4 hours ago he was homing in on him and might be able to locate him within an hour. But so far we haven't heard anything. So this is interesting. So we're about to see if this dog is full of himself, or if he's truly a bounty hunter, I would say. So we do know that Brian went camping when he returned back home. What was that, September 1st? Alone, without Gabby in her van. We know that he went camping the 3rd. We know he went camping the 6th. And we heard on the 6th that there was 3 people check in to this campground and only 2 people check out. But we only hear about this reserve next to their home in Northport. So now there are helicopters actually circling this campground. That's the news that we're getting right now. They're searching for some sign of Brian, it seems, not just for clues. Now, I've already told you that I suspected that he's probably going to be using the power line trails, some of the more isolated hiking and biking trails, which go in between homes, residences, where you can just cut through places without anybody ever knowing you are even there. There's no cameras in most of them. So if you are an avid hiker, you know about these things. You know you can pretty much move through any area you want undiscovered. No one would know it. So if Brian remains on foot, that's most likely where they're going to find them, in my opinion. Florida is loaded with them. Let's talk about this older woman and the surveillance camera at the AT&T store with Brian buying a phone. So this is going to be interesting. Are police going to be steadily building evidence that may actually end up pointing fingers to an additional person of interest for aiding and abetting anyways. Well, we don't know who it is. We don't know why they did it. And the fact that the phone was left behind definitely well, you know, they can't really say that. But I believe there's a possibility that he has another phone. So, and these parents really seem to know what they're doing, along with Brian. Seems to be well researched, in my opinion, because he is gone. He's not been found. And here they have found his fiance in the middle of nowhere. But Brian is still on the loose. So guys, you have to excuse me. I'm extremely tired today. I have worked on so many cases today. But yeah, the police are at least starting to collect this evidence that they need in order to start building this story. So the timeline's getting a lot more information put into this. So nice, right? I know I've been working on a timeline of this as well as the Lori Vello timeline. Very busy timelines. If only there was more hours in a day, guys. So I don't know where this information is coming from, that I guess they're trying to say that this bounty hunter that goes by dog put out the information that he has an idea of where he's at, and he believes that he's going to find him pretty quick. So I'll be watching the news pretty close tonight. So I put this video up for you. I can't remember where I got it from. I'm sorry. But you can look here into the reserve that's by his home. The Carlton Reserve that they've been looking through. And in the background, when they zoom out, you can see all those power line trails. And then you can see the local trails is what I call it. It's just people that go there often. They know these secret little places, making it easy for Brian to move about without being noticed much, especially at night. So we know that the police have been here for a while, but he had a few days head start before they finally actually searched out here. So he basically had an open run at it for a couple of days. Do police think that he's still in this area? Well, I guess he could be. He could be anywhere. But I'm going to have to tell you, I know that the family came out recently, the Brian Laundrie family, and said that, you know, people suspecting that they would help their son escape is just crazy. But the more you find out about them, it continues to look, appears what they're doing. Not saying that is what they're doing, but it doesn't look good, does it? So drop your comments below. Let me know what you think and how you feel about this case. So it's going to be really interesting the next few days. Okay, so let's watch this Fox News clip of this guy, the bounty hunter dog. I'm sorry, I don't know who he is, guys. Talking about where he thinks he can find Brian. He believes that he's going to find him at this campground, and that he's going to find him at one of the islands that are floating around that area. So about 5 hours ago, he said that he thought he was closing in on him, so he must have thought he's seen something. Now, I believe this clip is from a few days ago.
It was September 1st through the 3rd and September 6th through the 8th. They registered to stay at this park. They registered, went through the gate. They're on camera. They were here. And they did enter. They did come here. Allegedly, what we're hearing is 2 people left on the 8th. 3 people came in on the 6th. And 2 people left on the 8th. I think he's been here for sure. So, there's a lot of little islands around the area where we're at that he could get to on a canoe. We talked to the caretakers today of the islands. They said he could be out here, that he was here for sure, not over in the swamp.
So we have some contradicting information. So while the bounty hunter says only 2 left the campgrounds, The attorney for this family said 3 did. But who has the evidence to show who is right? I know a lot of you out there are like, Debbie, you know who to trust. You trust the attorney, right? Anyways, guys, watch the news close. Let's see what's going on. Let's hope that they're able to get him, because this family deserves to have the justice immediately. Also want to mention how I was so proud of this family when they did their statement and mentioned that they will be doing a foundation under Gabby. It's going to help other missing people and families going through similar situations. Many of the girls that I cover, their parents end up doing that because it's, so many things and people touch their lives, and the outpouring of support really makes a change of how they look at things, especially cases like theirs. So Anaya Blanchard, she was a very popular case. Her mother now has a foundation that started under the name Anaya's Heart too. And so I almost forgot, and I'm just going to do a brief go over on this because I don't have the information in front of me, but they're saying that there was a couple staying at the campsite where the Laundries were staying during the time they were staying there, and they might have caught a selfie background shot of Brian Laundrie there at the campground. So we're waiting for FBI to confirm that. So guys, don't forget, we have missing people. Check out these faces. These stories are small. They don't have a lot to really draw people in. So I depend on these videos and you guys to get their faces out. Love you guys. See you guys soon.